quick video about some techniques and how to improve your life. I'm just getting a drink before I sit down. I felt like I wanted to touch more upon what I've actually been doing in my life to see quicker results and, get, be in more of a emotional alignment and happier in my life. So instead of ranting like my other videos, which I may actually delete because you guys know how I am when I do those other like more touchy videos. After a while, sometimes I feel like deleting them, but for now it's up. But so if you haven't seen those other videos, watch it just in case, because you guys, it's a new day, so you guys know how I am. So let me get some ice. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a great day. Starting your day off with gratitude was what I tweeted out on my, I'm saying tweet, but it's really just a post, but I'm thinking of it as a tweet on my community channel. I've been practicing that and things have been really picking up for me. So I wanted to talk more about what has changed in terms of my life and how I live, how I think, and how I kind of came to like this conclusion, oh, my skin is glowing, no filter, hello. Yeah, so I wanted to touch more upon the technique or the mindset, the mentality. This is definitely a video for people who are maybe, you're responsible. You're responsible for a lot of things, a lot of people. And, you could be in a place in your life where a lot's on your shoulders and maybe, you have more than one decision to choose from and you're not sure what direction. So I want this video to kind of be a sounding board for people who have very active lives like myself, very busy lives, productive, like, there's always something happening, there's always a new idea. Maybe you're a very highly creative person. Okay, that could be a possibility. Or you're a person who practices manifestation like I do. Basically everything that I've written down on my list this year thus far, I have manifested. And I had to make some changes. So in this video, I'm going to talk about those changes in a different way because I feel like those other videos I made were speaking more to my personal life when it comes to things with that. But now this video is going to be more about the technique and what kind of got me to this place and what kind of pushed me, like maybe the world is pushing you right now to a place of reckoning and getting it right and being able to understand that, time is fleeting for everybody and the world is speeding up in a negative direction. And so how do we keep positive in a positive direction? How, when the world is falling apart and things around us are falling apart, how do we keep intact? How do we stay healthy? How do we stay positive? It's a lot easier said than done. But what I find is that the more you practice, the more you, really get in the zone. Some say the vortex. I see it like in waves. So like the vortex for me is when just everything is like the sweet spot. You're just going with the flow. You have a clear sense of where you're at, what you're doing. There's no doubt, there's no worry. The zone is, for me, is like more of like when you're about to get in the vortex. So you're fine-tuning your energy. You're checking what energy you're putting out in the universe. You're checking yourself. You're focusing on either place, thing, situation, whatever it may be that you want to draw near to you, that you want to attract. So like you're getting yourself prepared for that to happen. Maybe you're changing your environment, you're cleaning up some things, you're cutting off some numbers. It could be really anything, and you're setting the stage. So for me, like getting in the zone is like setting the stage. Looking around me, seeing how I am what my influence is. What am I doing to contribute to whatever is happening around me, you know? And then so once I've done that, you get set to take off basically into the vortex. So that's kind of like how I do it, is where the first things first, that I've noticed the difference in results, the quality of my life, my health, everything that was like bothering me, like really bothering me before, really around like April, that season. And I wanted to change, I felt like the year was kind of like last year, a little chaotic, a lot going on, here, busy, 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 but it wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't fun. And so I had to change some things. I had to think about, okay, so what is it that I want to do differently? What steps can I take right now mentally? What thoughts can I think right now that are gonna propel me into the reality that I want, propel me into the reality that I desire, that I want. So it has to be about self-identification. It has to be about self-realization, self-actualization, self-accountability. It all starts with you, basically. Okay, but not in a demeaning, principal to student way. It's just, we are vessels, you know what I'm saying? We are like the we are the life. We are the life experience, like Eckhart Tolle said, we don't have a life, we are life. So first we have to be aware of ourselves. We have to be aware of what we're doing to contribute. It may not be our fault, it may not be all our fault, it normally is not, but we do have to kind of step back a little bit, take a note of what's happening, and ask ourselves, like, okay, what am I contributing to this? And if I don't like something, I don't want to deal with it, what steps am I going to take right now to change that? And so it becomes a process of beginning to do those things. So like for example, so yeah, oh, sorry guys, sorry guys, sorry. So let me put this in front of my candle. So the first thing is to focus. You have to focus. You have to focus, and you have to accept your environment, what you see, what put my alarm off. 1 second, y'all. All just what I do to get quicker results. So take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? All of you are going to have to figure out what works for you. That's my hope, is that, you know, you can maybe bounce off what I do and remix it how you want, okay? Because this is just what I do. I can only share what I do for a little bit of time here. So, so basically, I had to get focused. Real ish. I had to get focused. I had to ask myself the big questions. I had to ask myself, okay, what do I want out of a certain situation? How do I want my everyday life to be? What are my financial goals? What are my health goals? And these are not things that I weigh over my shoulder. These are not ideas that I have like weigh me down. It's a positive experience. It's like you could either jot it down, you could either say an affirmation over it, or you could pray about it. Prayer is very important. You know, you're asking for guidance from the higher ups and your angelic team, if you believe in that, your spirit team, your guardian angels. Like I do believe in angels, and I work very closely. So if you do believe in angels, anything like that, that's a bonus, because then when you call upon them, you are asking for signs and symbols. You're asking for a sign. So that's like a cheat sheet, really, because if you do believe in a higher source, if you do believe in God, if you do believe in angels, they're gonna make their presence known in your life. You know, if you open that door and say, okay, show me who is not for me in my life, show me what is not benefiting me in my life, and take it out. And when you ask for that type of thing, you have to be ready for that to leave your life. You have to be ready for that to clear, to be totally cleared out. And if you're not going to be ready for that, that could cause some turbulence, because maybe, in your mind, you're expecting everything to be Um, smooth sailing. Maybe you're expecting nothing to change because you think that everything was fine before, but then the more you focus and the more you're aware of your everyday life, like if you come home, let's say for example, you come home and you realize that every day you're tired, every day you're not happy, every day there's something happening at work. Okay, so you have to kind of pause. You have to pause, right, and say, okay, well, what am I contributing? It's not like you're pointing the finger, but in order to make sure that you're doing your part and that you're not giving out a different energy that you don't want out there in the universe, you do have to focus and ask yourself, okay, so what is it that I am doing? Am I at the wrong job? Right? Am I in the wrong position? Am I coming to work in a negative attitude? Like that kind of stuff, just for an example, right? And so if you've done all of that and you say, no, that's not it, okay, it will come up. Like the more you focus on the patterns and what's happening in your everyday life and things that you don't necessarily like, you're gonna see a pattern of if there's somebody influencing that or if you are co-creating that. That's the key. If there's something or somebody that is the dominant problem, you have to eradicate that. Okay, I was speaking about that in terms of my love life in the other videos. Okay, I'm not going to repeat that stuff here, but that's what I had to realize. Okay, there's a common denominator of what's causing me stress, of what's causing me being happy, what's causing me to not be able to sleep properly. This has got to change. And today, so as soon as you start to acknowledge things that maybe you're not doing correctly to benefit yourself, maybe you're making your life harder than what it is, right? Maybe there's people in your life who are negative, but you keep them around you because, you're lonely or because you don't really see yourself as getting anything better. That's going to perpetuate people who are low value. That's going to perpetuate people around you who are takers and not givers. So there has to be a boundary. There has to be a sense of focus in the direction of what you do want, where you say, okay, if you're having problems with friends or people, you say, okay, well, I don't want that kind of person. You see what I'm saying? And so they're not gonna show up. And if they show up, you're gonna immediately escort them out. You're not gonna entertain that. You're not gonna keep it around. You're gonna say, that does not work for me. And that takes self-love, that takes self-respect, that takes you taking responsibility for your life. So a lot of people that people deem as immature and all that, it's because they don't take responsibility. You ever heard people say, oh, that person's so immature, that person's so stupid, that person is so always negative? It's because that person thinks that that's what they're doing is okay. A lot of times they don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? Some people just are not aware of the frequency, the energy they're putting out in the world. They're not aware of it. So in due time, if they come across a person like you, they will, right? Because you're gonna have boundaries. You're gonna have a set idea, a set desire in your mind of what you would like to have, and you're not gonna hold on to it. You're gonna let it go, but you're gonna carry on life as business as usual. But when things that you don't want pop up, you're gonna know how to deal with it quicker. So that's the first step is focus. Focus and notice things that you want to change, that you want to attract, and begin working towards it. Having the courage to say, okay, how can this be different? What do I have to do? Do I have to pray more? Do I have to meditate more? Do I have to be more selective with people that I spend my time with? Do I have to stop spending so much money? Do I have to work out more? Do I have to relax more? Like there could be a lot of things depending upon your life circumstance that the universe is trying to get your attention. But maybe you're so caught up, and a lot of people are in just everyday life that they're not catching the signs. They're not catching their energetic body. They're not catching how they feel. So when you begin to focus and you begin to like almost morph your reality to your desire, you're going to see that, wait, I do have the power. You're going to say to yourself, oh, wait, I can't control that. Oh, wait, I can change how I feel about the situation, but it takes a level of awareness and focus. Not until do you get maybe sick and tired, or maybe not until you begin to notice that every day is not productive. Maybe you're, you're sleeping late, or maybe you're not going to bed, and you're waking up tired. Like, those are signs that you're not in alignment. Those are signs that, okay, something is plaguing on your mind, something is plaguing on your heart. And so they're wanting you to focus on why you feel that way. They want you to work with them, co-create a different situation. So once you begin to ask tough questions, sometimes, okay, why can't I sleep at night? Or why can't I fall asleep? Is it medical? Is it spiritual? Is it emotional? Okay, a lot of times it's emotional for a lot of people. Okay, then once you take that step, you'll say, okay, so what is the issue? Who is causing it? Or what is something that I haven't let go of? Like, naturally it will come to you. So don't worry. Don't worry about why you're not getting that kind of answer. Don't worry about it, because the more you work upon it and the more energy you're putting to the focus energy you're putting towards it, it's going to reveal itself. Okay, if there's a consistent person at work who's always bothering you, you're going to think the universe, the way we are built, is it's going to come to you. You're going to begin to notice, okay, that person is was talking about my car. Okay, they're jealous of my car. They don't have a car. Okay, they're picking on me because maybe they want to ride. So just an example, like, the more you realize, okay, what's really happening here and the truth behind the situation, you're not going to be caught up. And so therefore, you're going to have a more joyous life. You're going to be more easygoing with yourself. You're not going to be as hard on yourself, because you're going to realize, okay, you know what? I've checked the dial. I've checked my frequency. I've checked what I'm doing. Okay. And if it's something outside of you causing issues, causing you to worry, okay, and you never feel at peace with it, then most likely that situation it needs to be handled by God, the divine. Or the other alternative is you're in a negative space that you do not need to be in. You could easily take yourself out of it, right? If you don't like something, you don't have to tolerate it. Okay, you can ignore it. If you have to ignore it, you could ignore it, right? But if it's something that is like really needs to change, okay, you have to understand, especially as an adult, that you don't have to put up with that. There is other things that you could do. There is other people that you can enjoy your life with. You don't have to put up with something that is weighing you down like an anchor. And if you choose to put up with that, then that's why people like that will say life is so hard. My life is so, why, you know why they say that? Because it is. They're saying that because they made it that way. They've accepted it. Why? Due to lack of focus. They've got accustomed to the bullshit. They've got accustomed to excuses. They've got accustomed to people pushing them around at work. They've got accustomed to an abusive partner. They've got accustomed to an absent, uncaring partner. They got used to it. So those people, you're always going to hear them say, life sucks, life is so hard, blah, 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 blah. They're always gonna sing that tune because they're not aware of the power they have. And that's the inside job, the power that you have inside to change your life, to change your environment, to change how you're living every day on this planet starts with yourself. It's never going to come from outside of you. It has to be an inside job thing where you make a decision. Do I want to be happy every day? Do I want to feel successful every day? Do I want to feel accomplished every day? Or do I not? It's a choice. It's not a try. It's not a try. In this case, it's not a try whatsoever. It's either you do or you don't. And that's the real secret is you're making a decision. You're saying, do I want to have the best day I could possibly have every day or not? Do I want to live every day and be like, wow, I'm so proud of myself. Wow, I was really positive today at work, no matter how many people were annoying me. Like, it's that kind of like mentality where you have to like lodge it in your brain. No matter what happens, no matter what's going on, I can acknowledge something, but I don't have to put my focus on it. I'm going to put my focus where I want to put my focus. And once you begin to put your care energy, your focus energy, your attention to what you want, you are going to have an easier life. You are going to have a happier days, and you are going to be more joyous, because at that point you are in control. You are in the driver's seat. There's no longer somebody waiting to catch you when you fall every 2 minutes, right? You're catching yourself. You're paying attention. You're locked in. You have an idea of how you want to live. You have an idea of the way that you want to go about it. So some people will say it's selfish, you know. Some people who don't understand this technique, they will say that they're self-serving. Well, you should be self-serving. Okay? If you're not a self-serving person, then what exactly are you? You're the only you got, right? And if you do not take care of yourself at the top of the list every day, then who is? Who is? You know what I'm saying? No one's going to brush your teeth for you. No one's going to do your hair for you unless you go to a hair salon. But even with that, you make the decision to drive yourself to the hair salon, or if even somebody taxis you, it starts with you. You made that decision. So if people would stop putting their focus, especially on other people who have no benefit, you know, a lot of people go through life and they have people around them who have never been the shoulder to cry on, have never been somebody important to them. Really, it's just like they get caught up. They get caught up in the titles. They get caught up in the hustle and bustle, and they forget to realize that, wait, I have to be happy too, right? I have to be happy too. I have to be content as well. I have to feel successful as well. I have to feel healthy as well. You're not at the bottom of the list. You're at the top. And once you really take care of yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, you're going to feel better about yourself. It's just a fact. When you begin to stop putting yourself last and stop rejecting yourself and stop talking down on yourself, people are going to see your energy change. People may even start to say to you, wow, you're glowing, or wow, how did you achieve that? Or wow, how did you afford that? Or wow, you look so healthy. Wow, what are you doing? That's the kind of language you're gonna get. Not that you care, but that is the kind of thing the kind of dialogue that people, even your neighbors, may notice something's different about this person. Wow, they're really putting themselves first, aren't they? That's how they're gonna think. So see, it's a mentality. If you think that someone's saying to you that you put yourself first is a bad thing, well, that explains the people around you. That explains the relationships you have. That explains why people take you for granted, because you think that that's normal. And when you realize that, wait, that's not normal. I'm not supposed to be unhappy all the time in my relationship. I'm not supposed to be angry at work all the time. I'm not supposed to be picked on all the time at work. I'm not supposed to be not able to go to sleep. Once you realize that that is not normal, seriously, once you realize that that's not normal, your tune is going to change due to the focus, due to the activity that you've put in. And you're going to begin to say, wow, I feel so much better. Wow, look at all the things I manifested. And that's how I've come to this point. Is like I had to stop. I had to literally stop time and take note. Not no kind of like I said, no principal to student energy, but like experience is the best teacher. So yes, I had to be aware of what was constantly playing in my life, and I had to change the tune. I had to press pause. I had to press pause on that tape that was playing in my life and say, okay, I'm not satisfied with that. That's not what I want. You know, I don't want that. What? And then I had to ask myself, okay, so what do you want? How do you want to live? How do you want to feel? And so that's like step 2, but that's what people struggle with. They struggle feeling worthy to really get what they want out of life, to be fair. People sometimes have an issue with getting down to business, asking the tough questions. They've got too comfortable with dysfunction. They've got too comfortable with abuse. They've got too comfortable with being second in somebody's life and not first. They've got too comfortable with getting cheated on. They've got too comfortable with being ghosted. They've got too comfortable with never getting a promotion at their job. They've got too comfortable, with feeling unhealthy. They become accustomed to it. That's why I'm putting so much emphasis on focus. Because once you are locked in and you're serious about how you want your life to be and you care about yourself, it's not going to happen. Naturally, you're going to begin to take the steps to change your life. It's just the bottom line. You're naturally going to fall into this almost like trance of good feeling energy. It's going to be hard to resist. You're going to feel so good. Things are going to be going so much better for you that it's going to be hard. It's actually going to be a situation where you would have to put yourself out of the vortex. You would have to purposely choose negative interactions, something negative to get you off that good feeling path, because once you're on that good feeling path, it expands. You're attracting like-minded people who are maybe into the same thing that you're into. I know for a fact with me, once I stopped and pressed pause and I took note of everything and I want to change certain things and I want to feel happier no matter what's going on in the world. I want to feel happy. Not even the word happy, but I want to feel at peace. I wanted to feel right, every day. I didn't want to feel, if I could help it, upset or irritated. I wanted to feel whole. I wanted to be a whole person, just me. I didn't want any excuse. I didn't want any kind of outside distraction. I just wanted to be focused on me. And once I did that, the quality of even strangers that I would encounter were totally different. They were not people now who had a bunch of excuses and were jumble-minded. Now it's like my interactions are people who are honest, they're clear, they're nice, they're helpful. That's the difference. That is a huge, that's like night and day. And so if only people could understand this, they would be happier. But it's an inside job. It's a thing where you have to get sick and tired of what is making you sick and tired. It's like you have to draw a line in the sand and be like, you know what? This is not working for me. You have to be honest with yourself. It's not working for me. Whatever it is in your life, it's not working. Maybe the way you handle your finances, maybe the way you're getting paid, maybe where you work, maybe the kind of friends you have. Something is not working. So you have to acknowledge something is amiss here, And so once you identify that, you can then begin the co-creation process of drawing what you do want in to your life. Some say law of attraction. Yeah, law of attraction is definitely a foundation of what I'm saying, but you don't have to use that fancy title. It's just all about where your attention is going. Where your energy flows is where your attention is. So if your attention is on, winning something or getting a promotion or seeing an increase in your income, that's amazing. And so once you begin to activate the good feeling energy around those topics and not topics that you don't want to entertain, you're pulling, whether you know it or not, you're pulling all that manifestation in. Now the things that you want to attract have somewhere to go. Now they have somewhere to go. They're not just bouncing off of you. They're not just going to somebody else. No, now those manifestations that you want, the change in your reality, the atmosphere that you want is coming now directly at you. And you're going to see the proof of it every day. You're going to see the quality of your life get better and better and better. And that's kind of like how you have to think is, your life is going to get better and better and better. Never believe or think that my life is going to stay at the same stage, that everything is going to just be the way it is. Never think like that. Not even if the world is on fire, which it is. You are different. You are set upon a rock. You have protection. So you got to think different. You cannot think like everybody else. That's the truth. You can't think that every day you go into work is going to be boring, or every day you go into work is going to be drama. If you think like that when you get to work, that's what you're going to see. Most of the time, you're going to see somebody arguing on the floor. You're going to see something happening that you're like, wow, why is this always happening? So you see how it gets you. So you have to stop. You have to stop, literally, that wave of negativity. You have to literally stop it in its tracks. You literally have to stop it in its tracks and say, nope, I'm not going to accept that. Nope, I'm not going to entertain it. I'm not going to even ponder upon the worst case scenario. I don't care. This is my reality. This is my world. This is my day. I'm not going to get off my square. I'm not going to get off my focus. I'm not going to get off my point. I'm not going to let everything outside of me get to me. So even if things are rough, you don't have to let that seep into your bloodstream, seep into your heart with the rhythm, seep into your mind. You see what I'm saying? It could just be a thing where you train yourself that no matter what, you're gonna laugh it off. You're gonna literally laugh it off. You're gonna be like, nice try. Nice try. That's how I am now. If something pops up, I'm like, oh, nice try. Nice try. Or I just block it, or I just delete it. I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna entertain it, because see, this is my power. This is my energy. So I don't have to focus on that. I don't have to give it attention. I can simply say, you know what? I got better things that I could put my energy on. And there's better things I could be doing right now. And so I'm gonna go about the business of doing it. So that's just my little tips, you all, of how you can manifest quicker, how you could change your everyday life. If there's something that's bothering you, how to get it out of the way so that good energy, good feeling energy can come in, and clarity can come in, and an epiphany can come in, and the information you can come in. You got to be that flowing river, that channel. You got to be able to step into that good feeling energy. And until you do that, until you make yourself feel good, in your thoughts, and what maybe what you spray on yourself. It could even be a perfume or something that makes you feel better. Like, it could be the simplest, stupidest thing to you, but you'll be surprised that by using what's in your environment, by using what's around you to your benefit, it can change how you feel. And then once you change how you feel about something, you're going to have the upper hand. Because see, when you're low, when you're feeling low, things cascade over you. Things begin to topple on you. But to get from under that rubble, you have to go on top of the situation. You have to grab a handle of the energy. You have to be in control, basically, which means like you're not going to let it bother you, okay? And also with me saying control, it means like your guides, source, God, is also over you, is protecting you. So you have double help. It's not just you. Like, now you understand how the universe works. So you're moving in life in a way where you're not by yourself, right? You have good influences, good information to recorrect your mind in the path, the way that is going to benefit you, that's not going to hurt you. So it's just like you are able to get a hold of what's happening before it gets a hold of you, basically. Like, you're able to direct the energy the way you want it directed. You're not directing the energy now in a way where it's hurting you, in a way where it's overshadowing your mind, your scatterbrain. That's a sign that there's some other current, other energy having a hold on you, and you have to break free of that. You have to understand that the second that happens, you're drowning, you're losing, you're there's too much baggage. So in order to get out of that, you have to take back power and break. You have to push out, push up, push forward, and say, I don't want to accept that. So it's like, it's really all about boundaries. It's really all about self-awareness. It's really all about understanding that you do have the power to think how you want, to move how you want. You have that ability. You have that ability. And the quicker that you realize that no matter what happens in the world, no matter what is happening right now in your life, that you have the ability to still be grateful, to still be joyous, to still sing and still dance and still put a smile on your face. Nothing can get to you. Nothing can get you down. But first you have to acknowledge that. You have to be aware of that. You have to focus your energy on the things that you do want. Because if all your energy is on things that you don't want, it's going to be a problem. You see what I'm saying? It's going to fester into something that you don't want it to fester into or linger into something over your life. So breaking the strongholds, breaking the energy, breaking the even, especially when it comes to people, I would say the biggest distraction, if there's people who are just negative or people who are just not helping you, they're not benefiting you, they're in your way, okay, that person's an enemy. Period. If there's always a person in your way, they're an enemy. They can't be anything different. They're trying to get you distracted. So what you have to do with that kind of strongman or that kind of person is release them, push them back out. Don't entertain them, get away from them, block them if you have to. Like, that's what it has to come down to, because if you don't, they're trying to have some dominance in your life. And if a person, place, or thing has some kind of dominance in your life, they're trying to take the power away from you. That's what's happening. So for you to have the power back in your court, you have to escort that out. Whatever that is, an addiction, a person, you have to escort them out, or they're going to continue to be this red light flashing in the distance, trying to always get your attention. And then what's going to happen is all your energy, all your focus is somewhere else, is actually at that situation or that person, when it really should be ahead. But you're looking back because that person has some kind of stronghold energy. So you have to pray to break that. You have to do whatever you want to do, but you have to get it off you. Get it off your mind. Because once they put that kind of power dynamic in there, they're trying to suppress you. Whatever that thing is, could be a demonic force, could be a spiritual attack, a psychic attack, whatever that is trying to distract you. And you can't be playing patty cake with it. You can't be having a tea party with it. You can't be smiling at it. You have to understand that that's your enemy right there. That is an enemy. And you got to treat it as such. You can't just let it take over your whole life. You can't just let it go in every corner, cranny, every category of your life and mess you up. Because it will. It will. If you are tolerating something that you don't want, it is taking precipice over your own thought. It's taking power over your own idea. And that's why I'm saying the focus aspect is so important. You have to understand that, wait, this is a distraction. Wait, this is an enemy. Wait, this is an attack. Wait, you have to really catch it and say, wait, whoa, that's not what I'm going for, and switch the energy. So the easiest way to a more joyful life, an easier life, a less complicated life, is by being able to assess your power level, assess what is important to you, and put as much energy as you need to into that, and not into what someone is telling you, and not into the worst case scenario, and not into the person who's trying to control you. That's not it. In order to bring in the good stuff and reel it in, you've got to also be in the same energy. If you want something that you feel is really high energy, you got to also be high energy. You've got to put yourself on the same equal standing, or it's going to be harder for it to come in for you. So that's how you are able to have a better life, a better quality of life, better every day, is by being aware of what you're letting to rub you the wrong way, by being aware of what is a distraction to you. It could be really anything. And then being able to assess, okay, what you have to do in order to change that or eradicate the situation, or what is a lesson that you could take from it, and then maybe next time you'll know how to better handle it. It could just be a lesson in your life. But you just having the awareness that it's up to you. It's really up to you. You can decide if you want something to affect you negatively. As You have the ability to decide, am I going to let the situation at work rob my sleep? Am I going to let the situation in the world, give me anxiety, or am I going to just choose to be proactive, right? And take action and wash my hands and buy what I got to buy. Like, it's all about choices. If you say, you know what, I see that issue, I see what's happening here, but I'm going to still choose to be positive. That's a choice. I see what's happening. I see the conversation we're having, but I'm still going to choose to overlook all of that and think how I would think if it was going my way. And once you step into that activation, it is going to go in your way, because now your force field, your energetic field, your aura, now you have fine-tuned everything to your benefit. You're basically fine-tuning the atmosphere to your benefit. You're saying, I don't have to sit in that resonance of sadness, of whatever that negative feeling is. You can rise above it and say, well, okay, if this was different, how would I feel? If this person texted me, how would I feel? If you're, with your friends, whatever, like, that's how you change the energy, the atmosphere to your benefit. That's all you have to do. And I promise you, your life is going to be a lot easier, because now you're going to be able to have the skills to control your reactions, your response, your behavior, your thoughts. Now you're in the driver's seat, and nobody can persuade you to their negative side. Now you are co-creating. Now you are visualizing your reality, and it has no other point of access but to bleed through. It has no other place to go than to come into your life. All the good energy you're putting out has no other choice but to come towards you. So that's basically, from my understanding of what I've been able to do. And so I just wanted to share more of that with you all. I think it's important, and just more of a technique, and more of just the boundaries, the boundary aspect, the focus aspect that I want to touch upon in this video. So thank you all for watching. Definitely feel free to support and like and thumbs up. Check the links in the box below, and other amazing videos on the channel for sure. Have an amazing day, you all. Thank you for watching. Bye.